Uh-oh.
It's got his name wrote in cursive letters on there. It says Goro, which we named him after probably the hardest boss off of Mortal Kombat.
The pounding.
Mario! Hello!
I'm gonna give you 55th straight.
Hell yes. You dumb son of a... Oh my... Oh. NANI?
Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Give me a hell yeah!
That's what I'm talking about.
Congratulations!
How we doing, guys? Happy Friday, welcome. If you're looking for you guys, if you're looking for the gamer lifestyle lounge, well, you're in the right place. Good to see you. Welcome. I'm America's #1 online video game personality, Ben the Parvinator Parvin. Welcome, guys. Sorry, running late. Geez, Louise. I've been having issues with OBS, having issues with the soundboard. I don't want to bore you guys with that, but a problem that was going on last week is back, and so trying to work through it today. Hopefully things are working.
It's working! It's working!
So far, so good. Welcome, guys. Look, who said it up there? Somebody said in the chat, Tintoncito, right? Mario goes to hell again. Absolutely. But here's the thing. This time, Bowser's in hell with him too. All right, it's the two of them, right? Mano a mano, locked into a cage match. I mean, it'd be cool. It's almost like an octagon looking thing, you know, the big like circular arena they're on, right, with the bombs. It'd be kind of cool to put a cage up there, right? This is a grudge match. These two titans, these heavyweights of gaming, Mario and Bowser, they're back for their rematch. I'm glad you guys are here to see it. Happy Friday. Sorry, it's been a frustrating day. I'm really looking forward to this because I was like, dude, the soundboard would work for like 2 or 3 minutes and then just go away. And well, it's all good. All right, let's get into this game. We'll catch up as we get in. I hope you guys are doing well. How's your week? How you been? I was here on Wednesday. I guess I was last year. Yeah, Wednesday. We did Chrono Trigger. Well, the box is just a little too far. You know, that face when you buy the headphones with like the 10-foot cord, but and then you proceed to like wrap it around things because that's just way too long, you know. And then whenever you actually need that 10 feet, it's not there, you know. Yeah. You survived into the end of the week. Absolutely. It's good to see you. So did you, Tater. Welcome, buddy. Good to see you. All right. Oh, all right. If I need to tie a ponytail, I'm ready. Hey, before I jump in, this means a whole world of a difference to me, and I don't think anything else to anybody else. It probably shouldn't, but I got a fan. I think, you know, we had mentioned to my mom like just that like the AC and I don't know the situation is not great here, especially in the summer. We've got one wall unit for AC, and back in this room, even though it's not that far from the living room, it's like it doesn't reach hardly at all. And this room just bakes in the afternoon. And I got this, she ordered this like tiny fan that she really liked for herself, which is like the best kind of gift. Like I'm using this thing a lot and I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it to someone, I'm going to give one to someone else, you know. But she got me this really small fan. This thing is sleek, dude. It's not that big, but it packs a punch, and it's got some pretty nifty little features too. Like, you can simulate, you know, being outside and getting the occasional breeze and stuff, and just have it like oscillate between a few, you know, volumes and stuff. And it's pretty sweet. Now I think most fans probably try to emulate the natural, well, maybe not the natural rhythms of the wind, but maybe the wind itself. So I don't know if that's actually a real feature, if they're just blowing cold air up my ass. But either way, I feel a lot better. The fan is on me, and I'm not 100% dried out. I'm not, and I can actually hear the stream.
In Japan, they call it ninja.
Which is nice. So that's my big update for the day. Yeah. Nick said, speaking of grudge matches, have you been aware of Billy Mitchell frequently dunking on Jobst on social media following their court case? I have not. I haven't seen this. That's really interesting. Yeah, we on this channel here, we covered yeah, absolutely, the grudge match. I mean, what a great term for it. Again, two titans of gaming, Carl Jobst, Billy Mitchell. They'd been going at it, sadly, in the court of law, and not in the court of, you know, like couch co-op or, you know, some other kind of competitive game, which was what I was lobbying for on this channel, was to get those two guys to get it out of the court and just whatever is going on, right? Get in and play some Smash Bros, work this out, right? Two gamers, you know, this is what it takes, right? Like, don't get the courts involved. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of crazy that whole situation is interesting, because once that verdict came down, and I won't talk about this for too long, I'm gonna get into the game. But once that verdict came down, it was interesting because like there was a real shift. Not that I've been reading a ton of stuff on it, but it's the occasional, I take the occasional dive in just because I've been covering some of it. And then it was interesting because after the verdict, I don't know if it was just that like a lot of his like, you know, the like super fans, the ones that sort of came after me, not understanding what I was saying in a video, It's interesting because it was that moment in social media that you see sometimes where one side is suddenly
Mario.
it's more so that it's really popular for the for one side that hasn't been maybe as loud for a little bit to suddenly be louder, and then the other side is, you know, there's a level of shock where, you know, suddenly like who you often see or the popular opinion on something, or at least what tends to come across a social media feed, kind of has that shift after something like that. And I saw that. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but it was like I think some of it was just because the lawsuit was not anything to do with like Donkey Kong and whether or not Billy Mitchell is a liar like that, which was kind of how things were framed, and you know, as or at least how that whole, you know, court case was presented to be, that it was basically on that it was more about like, yeah, I don't know, you know, that I don't know. Anyway, I shouldn't go into this for too long, but it was a really interesting case. I didn't know a whole lot about it until everything just started blowing up on my YouTube, and I don't know. Strange situation. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, this fan, it's great. The other ones I have are loud as hell. This is really nice. I'm enjoying it. Oops. Now I just need the people that when they painted this apartment, they did such a shitty job. Did just a quick job or whatever, and they painted over a couple of the outlets. And the one that fan was plugged into, I've had like I was like, oh shit, that's one of the outlets that doesn't work. Good stuff. All right, let's I was able to get it working in the top one there, but anyway, yeah, thanks guys. That was it feels good to just today's been weird. It had a great start to it, and then I got into the office to start setting up. And really, I'd done most of the work yesterday, but then I got in here and the soundboard was screwing up again, so. Looks like it's good now. But yeah, it feels good to finally get it rolling. I hope you guys are doing well. If anything going on this that you had this week, or as we get into this game, we can, you know, talk about games and all things game adjacent, which, you know, video games pretty much cover every topic that's ever been covered in history, music, poetry, any form of art, etc. So, you know, that pretty much covers everything. Oh yeah, so we're working in the basement now. We're almost done. And, you know, I remembered this time only because I was reminded of it last week, that although I thought you could go straight to Bowser here, or I should say I had forgotten that you can't go straight to Bowser. Bowser isn't here just yet. We've got to do, I believe, it's a particular level in Dire Docks here. I just say we spend some time on this level. It is definitely possible that a good portion of the stream is spent doing this level, but that's cool. I think the highlight and climax will probably be, or at least one of many, one of many highlights and climaxes will be, yeah, you know, going into, what is it? Bowser in the Fire Sea is the level. Yeah. Second Bowser meeting. I had it wrong. I thought it was called Bowser in the, I remembered Bowser in the Sky, and I thought that one was coming up, and I made a dumb little thumbnail and everything. That's pretty sweet, isn't it? I think that's definitely what's up. What's up? Yeah, no, I haven't played this offline when you guys haven't been watching. I forgot old Bowser too. You know what's funny is this to me is like, there's a couple of images that come to mind when I hear the Bowser, I believe it's called Bowser Road music. And it's the one for the stages, you know, before you have the actual fight with Bowser. And I think if I have it right, but yeah, that music I had it here on the intro there, and it's elsewhere in the stream, and it has I've been diving into that one because for one, it's been here playing in the background or looping sometimes as I'm working on something. But I went to have a couple of, or like I sat down when I was working on something the other day and it was playing. This was yesterday, and I realized like it was a reminder of just how good that song was. Like I sat down and I felt my attention going from the work, and I realized I was like singing a lot, you know, to the whole thing, and boom 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 boom, yeah, doing the little conga beat, you know, and then I just felt my attention shifting to the song, and then I just like it's like let me just have this moment here, let me have a couple of loops on this, and it's so good. And of course, the song that's about to play here is really good, but it's amazing. And as a kid, I understood I was listening to greatness, or at the very least, as a child, I was more emotionally open and was able to, you know, just let have a very authentic reaction to the music, just having it move me subconsciously or you know, without any thought, I guess, is on my part, you know. It just from the very beginning, I mean, they start with having Mario flip down to the platform, which is just fucking cool. You know, you're about to start into a Bowser level as a kid, or even if you're not a kid, whatever, you're already like stoked. This is the next Bowser fight, or your first, or whatever, or the last. And it's a big deal. You only get like 3 of those in the game. So it's interesting and you know, 3 different stages, And you know, you start with those flips, with Mario like flipping onto the stage, which again is just such a badass way to start a boss. If you're already stoked, you know, and you're flipping into it, you know, and then and of course with that ding 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 ding, you know, that like descending little intro section that they do. It just, to me, it's instant. As a kid, it was instant. Like, if I wasn't already standing up straight and like really getting into it, or maybe even leaning forward some to you know, the gamer meme of getting into it, but whatever it was, like my posture shifted and I got into that level, you know. And the music, it was just like it. You know what it is it was like the importance of the moment was hitting. And I think when you hear that ding 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 ding, it's got all that great percussion too, that I think those conga drums and stuff, I think you could maybe even not even notice that or what that does for the song. Yeah, welcome Metroid, good to see you. Anyway, we'll get to that song later, I guess. So first level here is Koopa no, what is it? Sansui Kan. I think it was like Bowser's, like, you know, sub or submarine. Hope you're doing okay, Metroid. Good to see you. I was just going on and on about the Bowser stage music. You know, I have to admit, this is a portion of the game that, you know, I've played like maybe the first half of the game, or first 40% of this game so many times. I definitely get to this part and some of these levels I haven't been to. It is. Of course, this is amazing music too. Yeah, I had a moment with the Bowser stage music where, oh wow. Yeah, if you you'll have to correct that someday. Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe that's a conscious decision too. Maybe, you know, not your bag. Not your bag, baby. I was expecting a little bit of... Well, we've got a sub here, right? Or at least that's the Bowser... Oh shit. That's the Bowser logo. Let's get some... Oh, it's up here, of course. Yeah. Get around to it sometime. Definitely worth a shot. Yeah, I know how it is, and it can, you know, there's not, it's not as if you've never heard anything about this game either, you know. I'm sure you've learned quite a bit by osmosis, you know, just having existed in video game spaces since you were a kid. Okay, that was a pretty sweet little move I just did. We're just trying to get to the sub, is that right? Is that all you're doing here? That star's an easy one. Yeah, cool. Like, similar thing with you for Donkey Kong Country. Yeah. Nick pestered you until you played it, right? Yeah. Good on him. Yeah, good on you. I had always wanted to play Earthbound, but yeah, it's been suggested heavily, and yeah, I appreciate the suggestions coming from you guys. It has a greater weight than just, you know, some other places I might find game recommendations. Whoops. Sorry, slapping the mic. You know, and Banjo-Kazooie. Oh shit, I didn't mean to go in here, actually. I'm not ready for this. Let's come back. Sorry about that. I guess I meant to get back to the water world. I just got myself distracted. You know, Banjo-Kazooie, I still haven't played it more than like a... Yeah, you know, first hour or so. And not a speedrunning hour, but... Yeah. 7 coin, high score. We got in and got out. Uzushi ono... excuse me. Takara... Is that Boko? Takara Boko? It's a funny little font that they use from this game. Takes a little getting used to for me. Oh, our manta ray buddy. You know what? I saved a little translation. You know, because there's different course names in the Japanese version, and then some of those are bound by the character themselves having a different name. So, you know, that last star was Koopa's whatever, you know, submarine versus Bowser. You know, there's a few things like that. Teresa's horror house instead of Boo's, they just call it Boo's haunted mansion, or I can't, escapes me now. But yeah, I just did a bookmark the other day of some dude showing the Japanese games. No, we don't need to bookmark the Google homepage. Thank you. I put it in the games folder. So where is it? No. Sorry, guys. One more try.
Hello there.
Whoopsie.
So what's up, B? Watching the game, having a bud.
I know I say this. Give me my bookmarks and lists. Okay. I guess it doesn't want to work right now. Sorry, guys. Where'd it go? I'll look it up in a little bit. Oh, here it is, right at the bottom. That makes sense. The Mushroom Kingdom. TheMushroomKingdom.net. Oh, what a great resource. Yeah, it's just got, this is like a quite old little website set up here, but it's got a great table with the Japanese and English names, you know, written in the original Japanese script, written out in Romaji, translated, and then its English corresponding name. So yeah, I'll shoot this over to you guys too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, why did that try to copy and paste here? I don't understand. Yeah, totally. I'm really glad. Donkey Kong Country 2 was a missed opportunity for me as a kid. I played it a little bit, but I didn't own a Super NES. And although I would say I played pretty much all of Donkey Kong Country because I was there with my buddy. We worked through it together. 2, it's not the same story. I only got to play a little bit of it. You know, handful of levels. Really glad finally got back around to that one, you know. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's funny. I missed your message back there, Metroid. Sorry about that. About your redeem system. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Totally. Absolutely. Well, that's the thing about redemptions is, you know, like you still need to be having fun at all times. And I think a lot of people can manage that. But if it's like if you've already got a lot going on and stuff, it's, you know, channel redemptions and things, you know, you got to take care of yourself. Oh, hello. I'm bit by the shark, you know. You got to take care of yourself first and then... Yeah. Glad you like Diddy Kong Racing too. It's a pretty cool one, isn't it? There's a lot to it. I like the adventure aspect. Very kind of a genre bending game. I think we go through the rings here. I think is our... I'm a little far back. I think we're catching up though. Oh shoot. Gotta get consecutive rings, huh? Huh? Man. This was a little bit easier when I had a beaver doing it in Zelda, you know? No. I'm just gonna pretend I'm chasing a beaver. Come on, you can't tell me we didn't get that one back there. It might not be going fast enough. I guess I'm in front of it, sort of. Yeah. I think every now and then the perspectives get me screwed up. I see. Yeah, I've been swimming past some of these and not even realizing it. Just the perspective. Everything's true from a certain point of view. Gotta utilize the three-dimensional space. God damn it, Mario, do it. I said utilize the three-dimensional space. Hey, better late than never, you know? Saw Nick say he was a latecomer on Donkey Kong Country 2. I mean, it's a good one. And with the Switch 2 and its games, everything just being so pricey and you know, I'm gonna have to buckle down a little bit and stick with what I got for a little bit myself, you know, personally. And thankfully, I've got a whole bunch here. You know, I've got a big back catalog, big library of games waiting to play. There we go, right on top of the little whirlwind too. Let's not get sucked in. There we go. Oh, the lag. Yeah. Mario, you're still thinking in 2 dimensions, man. I'm gonna need you to step it up. Okay? Yeah. I saw Nick earlier where he said he sniped a bunch of channel point redeems. Yeah. You're gaming the system. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, very cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it can be a little bit of setup, but like you know, I know since some people will eventually get a replacement device or something, or sometimes like we were talking a similar thing that would be like a different use case. Just keep those files around and have it ready to go so that if you ever need to just you could copy that whole SD card straight over to something else, you know. You could potentially do that, or you know, have some of the setup done as a little backup or something, or I guess I say all this, but I'm in storage hell right now, absolute storage hell. I'm deleting streams off of my local storage. It's that desperate at this point because I need to go and get some external stuff, but I've been deleting stuff off my local with the intention of downloading an inferior copy of it from YouTube later on, you know. But it sucks because I have a couple of drives and I'm just like, I can't use them at this point. They have there's a bit of a puzzle I have to solve with getting this off of that, making room for this one needs to be formatted, you know. There's just like you know, I don't know what it is you do in this one, man. I ordered one that was dead on arrival as well. It started locking up. Well, you know, it worked, but it started making terrible noises during its first transfer. And like not normal, you know, like I know a little clicking or what have you could be expected, but yeah, it was like something was going wrong in there, you know, and yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about like cloud storage, but I also just know that I would, it's just tough because it's like at a certain point then you just got to keep paying for it, or you're in the same boat where then you need to download a bunch of stuff again, you know, so like yeah, same here. It's tough too because I mean drives do fail, you know. I know that's the case. And I've seen the how, you know, like hit and miss it can be when a drive fails, and like a buddy of mine went through that with a few things, and like it was just a very big ordeal. He had some stuff that he does a lot of, like shoot, you know, he does a lot of photography and videography and stuff. So it was you know, he's dealing with some work stuff too, and at a certain point he's like trying to get them repaired, and some of them could be restored, you know. So it's just gone. Nothing lasts forever, I guess. Hey, let me look up what we're doing here in this one. Yeah, it sucks. And like I mean, you can try to do things depending on what you're doing. Well, sometimes a solid state drive can be good, or at least hopefully more reliable, but yeah. Okay, so we're on Dire Rocks, which is known as it's known as Waterland in Japanese. Wotarando. Yeah, look at that at the well, look at it. Okay, you see where it says, right, look for the star times 2, coin times 7, and then look 2 lines above that, and it's Watarando. Waterando. I think I had seen this one before and been like, wait, what? Funny. It's called Waterland. Water. Yeah, water. Otar Rando. Okay, now with that being said, which level are we doing here? Let's see. That was a Uzushio no. Let me see. Give me that dyer. We're on what? Chests in the current. Treasure chests in the whirling tides. Yeah. Uzushio. Yeah, I had it right. Uzushio no Takara. What is that? Bako? Yeah, Takara Bako. Okay, sweet. Uata. It's funny. Hey, what's up, Ichiko? How you doing, man? Welcome. Welcome, buddy. Hope you had a good week. What you been up to? I'm looking at this thing with the translations again. That's right. Chests in the current. Okay. Treasure chests in the whirling tides is the like transliteration. Or the translation. Working hard, yeah. Well, hope you get some time. Hope you get to relax some this weekend and get to work even less hard. That'd be nice. At the same time. Quantum working, yeah. Quantum employment. This another 5-ringer? Oh man. And then I think you can. I was seeing something where you can actually kind of like, there was something you could do that would sort of make you be able to clip in and even touch it. I can't quite remember what it is, but I know that there's like there's a shell somewhere down here too. A Koopa shell. Oops. I do not want to drown here. Yeah. I'm alive.
Hello.
Forgot I had a soundboard. That's okay. Yeah. Hopefully it's still working. Yep. Good. Okay. I'm sorry. There's a little bit of. There were so many times today when I thought this thing was fixed, the soundboard, and then it would work for a few minutes, and it's like, I'm on Mac, and I'm like seeing the little thing that shows that it lets you know that an application is sharing something, and I would like I had that window pulled up, and sometimes eventually I would even just watch it like just turn off, it was like it just stopped sharing to that application, and the same thing was happening last week. I don't know what is. I tried everything and I don't know what fixed it. If anything at all. Because I wasn't getting, it's like I felt like I wasn't getting any real feedback as to like, is this working? Oh yeah, that's right. We can become Metar Mario, right? What do they think you'll go invisible and then walk through there to get the metal Mario so that you can get to the star? Is that kind of what they're... So they just got those two side by side like that. Shit, get to the center. You... Mario. Well, let's try that again. Maybe there's a better place for us to sink. Where's that godforsaken box? Think. Doobie doobie doo. Yeah, I don't like what's the It's kind of like, so where is it? Let's see. Let me kind of get a bead on. Okay, it's just straight ahead. So can we get it from here? There you go. Yeah, yeah, we can get it. Just got to be oriented the right way. There you go. Heck yeah.
Oh, dang it, Bobby.
Once I heard the music on this stage, or once I heard that the music on this stage changes depending on if you're swimming or on land. Yeah, interesting, huh? The like dynamic stuff. And like it's funny too. Like I think Banjo-Kazooie was well known for doing a lot of that stuff. You got it as well with Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, pretty sweet, right? Like as you move around, or depending on what you're doing, you get a different, it's like different channels coming in. Makes me think of like, you know, if you listen to a Super Mario World soundtrack, sometimes, actually quite a few of them will have like the first couple loops of the short song, because most of them aren't that long. They'll have the first couple of loops, and then when they do the last couple loops, they'll kick in the Yoshi, the little conga drums for Yoshi. You know, just that little percussion. Those percussion fills that they do whenever you're riding Yoshi. And as a kid, I just thought that was so funny, you know, and playing with that, like jumping off of Yoshi to hear the music change. And some songs will sound like significantly different, like when you get that, you know, or when you have Yoshi, or just like that it just, you notice it when you're missing Yoshi. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, you know, the hand played percussion, that stuff was not ever my forte. I play a little bit around with it, but yeah, it's, especially with this MIDI stuff, I'm not sure what's what, you know. You may be right. Yeah, absolutely. They do it in Galaxy 2. They do it in Mario Sunshine as well. Yeah, to a pretty sweet effect. Okay, well, we're doing the sunken treasure chest. Didn't we hit one? Okay. God, I don't know where these have been, though. Okay, don't go in here. No. I'm guessing that... Yeah, I was about to say there's got to be an order, but I don't get caught. Yeah, Galaxy 2's fun. I think I only did that one playthrough of it back in the day, sadly. This could be... I don't think that this is the one we want. Oh, hooray. Freaking shark running around too. I think I hit this over here. And then, yes, and then I went to the one close to the jets and I was wrong. Don't swim over that shit. Okay, or maybe swim all the way over it. Go. So it's not the one that's like right up on the jets there, right up on the whirlpool. There it is, okay. Cool, are we just doing... What are we, a 4 count? I'm wondering if there's another chest. Let me get out of this whirlpool real quick and, yeah, get some... Let's get a coin. There we go. I think this is the one I want. Yeah. Oh shit. No. He's dead. He's stuck. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that last one. Oh, that's great.
Comedy is subjective.
Man, I know the event horizon. We got snagged and pulled back in. All right, that's fun. Let's try that again. I miss Toys R Us too, Metroid. Like that's awesome. You got to play Sunshine there. I miss Toys R Us. I would only get to go to Toys R Us every now and then, and that was mostly when I'm with my cousins. They lived a little closer to that part of town, and like so like if I ever was with my parents and they were shopping or something, even if it was something that was like, okay, we're gonna take you here for your birthday or something, you know, get you this for blah blah blah, you know, or let you go spend your allowance, or you know, it was usually not like it was something else. It was often a GameStop or you know, another big like retail store. But Toys R Us was, yeah, welcome Francisco, yeah. Absolutely, Charles Martinet, yeah, the legend. Welcome Francisco, I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Okay, I think it's possibly this one first. You know, they had a really big Toys R Us sign. I got a picture of it, and I don't think I posted about it, but I went to that. I told you guys a while back about this place called Frankensons that I went to in City of Industry, California, and it's a really big, sort of warehouse size, like just it's all vendors, hobby vendors. Collectibles, games, hobbies, Funko Pops, etc., like that kind of stuff. All vendors of differing sizes, you know, sizes of booths and stuff. And it's funny because one of the things they have there is like, I don't know where, you know, I honestly, the place looks like big enough to where it could have been some big retail thing prior to this, but there's a big Toys R Us sign that's there, the big like light up sign and stuff, and they have it there and working, and it's a pretty thing. But yeah, if anybody ever comes out here and you don't remember what that is, and you wanted to maybe, I think especially like taking the kids there or something. But I mean for you guys, it just depends on what you're into. I thought for games, it was good, but it was like, you know, I think sometimes I wouldn't say better than going to like probably your local game store. There are a couple people that have a bunch of stuff, including some kind of crazy stuff, but where's the last one's up there? That's right. I gotta be careful with this one. But yeah, it's called Frankensons. Damn it. Yep, that's it. Frankensons Collectibles, I think. But yeah, it's fun to just get in. It's free to get in, so you just get in and walk around, and it's funny. They have like food. They have a cafeteria and stuff, and because you know there's a lot of families and whatnot, and they want to keep people there for a while. But yeah, it stays busy. They really stay busy there. But pretty sweet. No, not 100 coins just yet, Tater. Yeah, still working on getting whatever stars I can scrounge up here. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? I'm glad it's Friday, man. I know, heck, jeez. This guy can't play games. What's the deal? He's all talk. I do need to take a break in a second, though. Need a little less talk and a lot more action.
What kind of drugs are we talking about?
No, come on now. Need a little less talk. Alright, here we go. Ding do 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 do. Don't do it, Mario. It's funny if you get angled just a certain way. It's like, man, the only way I can say this if I were to get maybe the camera behind him and swim as fast as I can. That was pathetic. I don't even really. That was pathetic. Oh shit! Don't go in here. Spoiler alert. Oh, live coaching. Very cool. Nice. So he cheated you while you were competing. Or it helped you cheat while you were competing. I see. Yeah, okay. No, just kidding. That's awesome, man. That's I have no honor. You had to I look, I know you did everything you could to avoid it. You wrote in the stream title, no hints, no chat, no help. I think that's helpful. I mean, it's like playing any game that someone's showing you, like having someone there to help you learn the ropes, as long as they're a good, a decent coach, and not too smothering. Then that could be really helpful. You get a little insight, It's like, when you're trying to show someone a card game or some new board game, and it's good to kind of play that first time with the like, hey, here's what I would do on your turn, like, or just absolutely destroy them, just demolish, just plow right through them on their first try with never giving a hint or anything. Sometimes that strategy is a good one too, depending on your audience. You gotta learn, a little tough love. But yeah, like that first playthrough where you're... Alright, show me your cards. I'll tell you what I would do. I don't know, I've never been a big cards guy. I'd get it. I went to a couple of, poker nights with the boys. And, yeah, it was okay, but at a certain point I'm kind of bored, and I also, in Mario, I have enough lives to where if I were to try something bold, jump over a gap that I'm probably not going to make, right? Your boldness, your bravery is the limit, go ahead and give that thing a shot. And then, another limit is how many lives you have. But the point is, you can go all in, have Mario do that crazy jump, and then you get another chance at it. And with cards, with poker or something like that, because everybody got into like, at the end, when I'm like getting, to the end of high school and stuff, like everybody's like starting to talk about Texas Hold'em and stuff, and like or I shouldn't say everybody, but like it was becoming more popular and talked about and stuff, and I think there was more like the televised matches and stuff, and games, or that was like getting bigger, and I didn't care about any of that stuff. And then it's like, so, but like, I think through some games and stuff, I had learned to play poker, it wasn't brand new at it. It just like at a certain point, it's like, Jesus Christ, you're supposed to play this for hours? I want to go all in on a certain point when I think I have a pretty good hand, and just move this, move the dial a little bit on the game. I don't, I just always felt like I would just get so bored very quickly. Come on. Thank you. Leave me alone, shark. Yeah, same here, Metroid. Yeah, it's like... I feel for those... I feel for those older gamers that had to play these subpar games like... cards, dice, backgammon. Right? How many games? It's all backgammon, all the ancient games. It's like all springs, half of it springs off of that. All those ancient gamers that, you know, just doing their best. Just waiting for a Famicom or a Super NES that was never to come. God, that wasn't the one I wanted? Well, okay. I missed one then. They're gambling slop. Yeah. Yeah, it's cards is okay. Cards is for cards was another generation's gotcha game. Is that really all that it is? There was another generation's gotcha. Gotcha. Give me some Magic the Gathering, said Ichigo. Yeah. An actual, yeah, you know, there's a little something more going on there, like, yeah. Yeah, right, Metroid, totally. Also, just imagine, like, you know, back in the day, you're like, you know, you think you knew, I guess it always helps to clarify the rules beforehand, but yeah. Someone's like, no, we're playing this version. Oh, wait, what? Oh, look at this, he's like mostly in. Where's the threshold? Are you okay, Mario?
That's what I'm talking about.
What's going on?
Have you tried cocaine?
I don't know that would help, Mario. This is pretty sweet. Oh! He's like in the curtain right now. Very cool. Metroid, the Calvin ball is a every game of poker is you just make up the rules as you go. That's what it feels like sometimes. I mean, I get it, and I have hung out with in some situations where like that was about there wasn't a whole lot to do, and you know, like it's pretty cool, Nick. It's pretty sweet. Congrats on finishing up the D&D campaign, Tintoncito. I didn't know that those ever end, you know? Yeah, it's like Metroid was saying, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, dude. You know, I will say D&D, that is something I've considered. I think I could really get into something like that, and I'll just tell myself it's like you know, it's I don't know, it's oh wait, what was oh shoot, what was the big game that came out last year? I'm forgetting, a Baldur's Gate 3 or whatever gate we're up to right now. It's just the like handheld version or the the physical version of Baldur's Gate. No, I've always thought something like you know, D&D or some homebrew or something would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting too, because when it comes to that stuff, everybody does have their kind of like, you know, of course there's so many types of role playing, and then different strengths. Some people really enjoy just stuff like character creation, and you know, it's interesting because having done some voiceover stuff, I encounter a lot of, just over the years, that I would encounter a few posts on like a forum or somewhere where it's often someone, well, it's either someone looking to hire someone for some VO that they want for their campaign, or it's like someone who is a dungeon master and they're wanting to get like a little bit of, you know, they're wanting like a little leg up, or hey, should I think about taking a class, or you know, and sometimes it's like acting or voiceover based that they're sort of coming at it from, like, how can I practice that stuff, you know, to use for you know, being a good dungeon master, good storyteller, you know, good you know, there's a level of I think in having never played it much, but been around people who did, and you know, there's a level of like, yeah, you want someone who can. You want a crew that's flexible at times, and then you want a dungeon master that's going to be able to improvise. You know, and like, because I think if they are already foreseeing every like possible result of how something could go down, then, you know, at a certain point it's like, man, what are you doing it for? You know, like there'll be some surprises for you too. But I don't know the work that, like, what kind of work goes into it. I know it is a lot of stuff, and some people will have like video and music accompaniment and stuff. Darn. It's so funny seeing the animation for the star, and then he gets sucked down there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen it a couple times, folks, looking at like improv from specifically to like help their DM skills and stuff, and it's interesting. Yeah, totally. Yeah, all that. Yeah, I mean, you're writing and telling stories, and I'm sorry, Mario, we game overed. Jeez.
Let's go smoke weed about it right now.
Is sound still working? Good. Okay. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and you want to have a looseness about everything too, and you know, people can be really rigid sometimes, and it's yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because it was just another world that I'm, you know, have a foot in sometimes, and to see like a lot of stuff for DM, and of course like video games come up as well. A lot of people looking for, you know, since there's just so many, someone's putting together a game. You know, me and my brother are doing a game together. We need some voices, you know. So I'll see some of that stuff too. But yeah, it's funny because like I remember like I hardly even knew what Roblox was, and then like one of an early little practice VO gigs I did was it was on like Casting Call Club or something, and it was someone's like Roblox game or something, and I was like one of the characters in it, and I was like, okay, all right, I submitted, you know, like you submit everything through the like website and stuff, and it was just kind of funny because I really was like, what the hell? Like, all practice would help, you know, like, I don't care. And then it was like, oh yeah, this is like a 13-year-old or something. And, yeah, it's just, she had some like Roblox game where it's like, I watched like a minute of it or something, but it was some game where like, or she's doing like a machinima or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you know, recording what using Roblox as the stage or whatever. And it was some kind of like school drama or something, you know, it was just kind of funny. So yeah, I always enjoyed it when those worlds, well, no. She was doing some kind of like school. Sorry, it was all just a fun project for her, I think, and her friends. And it was like they were doing some kind of school drama, or like basically like, I guess she wanted to do some series or something. But yeah, you know, the whole thing of being a kid probably got in the way, and yeah, I only like submitted those lines, and it was like, oh yeah, thanks, and I was like, okay, cool. And then it was funny because like I was hearing some of the other stuff that was submitted, and I was like, oh okay, yeah, that's funny. I'm maybe like the only adult who's contributed to this product or this project. I was just talking about some dinky little like Casting Call Club project I did a quick voiceover for. It was some like Roblox like school drama or something, and I had like 3 or 4 lines as a teacher or something, you know.
Congratulations!
As you guys can imagine, it that job paid well.
I tend to get bogged down in anxiety.
It would be funny if she's like, "Yeah, my parents are loaded. I'm going to be paying all the voiceover, all the talent, you know." All right. Anyway, good stuff. How are you, Captain Nemo? Welcome. Happy Friday. I got to use the restroom soon. Wow, sorry to just be blunt. Now you guys know what I do on my break.
Give me a hell yeah!
All right. Oh, where'd he go from there, huh? I should really just get out of here. Oh. Ooh. All right, guys. I'm going to take a little break. Maybe you guys should get one, too. Should I keep this badass music up? Maybe we should keep this one rolling. Because, I don't know. Yeah, I need to get amped up again for Bowser and the Fire Sea. It'll be the rematch between these two heavyweights. Mario and King Bowser. Well, Bowser, King Koopa, you know.
Give me a hell yeah!
Whatever you want to call him. Cap Nemo, good luck at the gym, buddy. Get some good lifting in. Put on some good music. I know you always got some great recommendations, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, good luck. Get a good workout in. Dig into those reps, you know. Give it all you got. How you guys doing? Happy Friday. Welcome. I'm gonna get a break. Maybe you guys should get one too. And make sure the music isn't gonna just quit on us. If it does, then it's gonna loop again. All right, cool. When we get back, I'll play some Mario 64. We'll keep hanging. This is fun. Sorry for the late start time. It's almost 7 now, but I think I still need to get a couple hours out of this. So.
Yeah, we're hearing that this is a big deal.
All right, guys. See you in a bit. BRB. Yo, hello. We're jumping all the way to the gameplay, baby. Straight to it. Happy Friday, guys. Good to see you.
Hello.
Oh, man. Whew. Today's been a crazy day. Like I said, it got off to a really nice start, and then I ended up having a lot of technical difficulties. A lot of tech diffs around here, sadly. Everything going wrong. Danka. Danka, Metroid. Everything going wrong with the soundboard, which I realized at a certain point, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to do a stream. Like, most everything else is usually working other than the soundboard, so I could do of course, I could do a stream without it. But why isn't it working? It's the principle of the thing, and I'm going to dedicate the next several hours to trying to figure that out. At least that's what I told myself at a, once I sat down here and realized that it was up to its old tricks again, and disconnecting every couple minutes. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I could not tell you what it is that actually fixed anything. Why it isn't disconnecting now, I don't know. And this is even like, I'm getting down in the logs, it's up to its dang dirty old tricks. And yeah, it's frustrating. Dude. I can certainly stream without it, but I enjoy it myself, and it's yeah, a lot of you guys have talked about, liking that aspect, and I know it's a thing where it could always be used. There's certain times when maybe it's coming on a little heavy, etc. Sometimes often that's intentional, but it's also kind of like if I feel like it's also it's funny because there is a it's kind of a quick, like, I'm never gonna like not do sound effects, so or at the very least I should say, like, if someone were like, oh, I don't like all the sounds that you're doing, I would not change. I would never change a thing. I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, I understand, like, geez, it would be great if the guy like didn't keep doing. So it's like, all right, well, this is what I'm offering here. Like it's like George Lucas talking about ice cream, and people saying, oh, it should be this flavor, and he's like, well, yeah, but I'm making it, and I wanted to make it this flavor, so yeah. Anyway. I'm not even beating up a straw man here. I sound angry, but I'm not, really. It's really unintentional. Yeah, exactly. Oh! I can also say, I've never had the feedback, everything, that like, oh, everything's great except the sound effects, or even like a negative one about the sound effects. I've never had because I think you would just like go watch the next video if you're like, okay, that's not, not for me. Anyway, good stuff. I do talk about like how I want to try to get a setup to where I could do them on someone else's stream as well. Oh, come on. Man, I'm really struggling with this one. Pull it together, Mario. Yeah, and I think, see, that's the thing about redeems, that like, they can be good, but they can also be bad sometimes to me. The like, I really like it. I think it's pulled off well on a lot of streams. But it's like, sometimes that can be up to the user, kind of like, or the, like, you obviously, like, great things happen when someone plays something at a bad time or whatever, etc. Anything could happen. But yeah, sometimes it just gets a little further away sometimes, and I don't know, it's also like, at this point, the reason why there's so many sounds on it is because I am really into clipping sounds and having them for myself. And like you can, my wife can attest that I have on many occasions snuck the soundboard up and then used it while she and I were talking about something, just like hit a perfect.
Here we go.
Or, whatever it could be, right? And she's hearing it from the next room and I'm just making myself laugh. It's like that. Like I enjoy cutting, pulling the stuff. I just, getting in there, man, pulling the sounds, chopping them up, titling them. Oh, writing the titles. Oh, ooh, you make a typo. It gets really exciting for a second, and then you settle down, you pull it together, you rename that file, and you go on to the next one. Okay. So the first one is done, isn't it? There's 3 total, right? Or 4 total, but don't get too close. Next one we want is this one, right? Or did I do this wrong last time? I have forgotten how to play the game. Anyway. Well. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it up, I don't think. Ooh. There we go. Alright, let's get up. I think I need a bail. I need to think on what I've done. It's gonna take a whole bunch of breath to get back down too, but clean air is life for Mario, I guess especially when he's had his head underwater. Also, I always loved that this doesn't take away from his life bar here. You could just have How does this work? He's just he is getting a little, he's just kind of keeping himself straight down, he's This is great. The only thing sticking up are like part of the shoes, part of the boots.
This is the way.
What a guy, man. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. Happy Friday. It's been kind of a strange week, but yeah, it feels good to hang out. I gotta get some stuff done this weekend too. But whoop, some opportunities for fun. Gonna see a movie with some friends. Gonna get shocked by that same treasure chest. Get yours together, Mario. This isn't the first one. Where is it? Oh, okay. It is. Be careful. And then 2 is back here, right? No. It got burnt. You'd think I would have learned that by now, but that's okay. Hit this one. I could just go back to the same one again. Alright. Tricky little last box, huh? You gotta open the treasure chest, but I don't know. I think it's sort of pulling on you the whole time. The whirlpool. Oh, is it time? Is it time for our, Okay. You know what? Let's see. Get yourself some coins. Is it... maybe it's gonna make me do the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe I still missed that one back there. Jesus.
Give me a hell yeah!
How's it going, Ichigo? Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, on Discord, Ichigo posted this this GameCube keyboard. I'm still not convinced. You can't tell me that's not a Wavebird that someone just did an awful Photoshop of. And I remember actually really, you know, when I saw the preview for that game, I think you mentioned that it came out for Fantasy Star, right? And I remember being really interested by maybe something that X-Play did, or it was either that or something I saw in EGN that got me really excited about that game. And like, whoa, I can play online. And I remember thinking like, oh, and it's this like science, or, you know, it's like a little one second. Got the little sci-fi RPG thing going on, like, whoa, you know. And I never got it, you know. But yeah, I remember having Fantasy Star envy, you know. PSO. For was it Fantasy Star Online? Those initials are coming to me right now. PSO. Hearing it from across the void. Years of things that have gotten between me and my gaming knowledge. Fantasy Star Online, I think, is the name of the GameCube one, I believe. Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks like such a beast. How'd you like it, Ichigo? I mean, just like any other keyboard, I guess it's, you know, I'd hope it was maintained pretty well. We don't want this one. But I think we want this one. Come on, Mario, work with me. Oh, you idiot! No, he was supposed to go to the end, huh? Okay, well, now I know. This is awful. I dedicate a little more brain power to getting Mario through this. Interesting. Fantasy Star Online? Yeah, interesting, yeah. I could see that. I never played a whole lot. I never got into MMORPGs, but I remember at one point I did like a free trial on, this was a couple years into World of Warcraft or something. Did a free trial to play with my cousin. And I think I played like for maybe 2 sessions or something, and then I was like, you know, I was just like, I feel like I don't know, I'm too busy for this, and the thought of getting into it sounds daunting, and I just don't want to, you know what I mean? Like I have activity anxiety that if I could, this is too much of a commitment to going to be to like most nights make me want to be like, you know what, I'm going to do that, right? I mean, it's just nice to be able to bail kind of fast too, if you need to, but I think we're up to this last one. I just gotta... No, there's one that's still on the ground. No. This is the one. This is the one. We just don't want to get sucked in. Use. Alright, go get some coins. Try it again. Get out of there. Come gain levels with me. Yeah, totally. Don't get sucked in. This is a good song to die to. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get this thing. We got it. Let's grind it out. I hope you had a cool username back then. I'm not expecting you to reveal that, you know. But I hope you had a cool one. That's cool, man. That's a, you know, I gotta say that's a obviously tremendous respect from the, you know, from the beginning, Ichigo. But I hear someone was playing some PSO back in the day, and that was always something I was like, that sounds really cool, and that shows dedication, you know. You guys are into all the good stuff. Sometimes I feel like I'm a basic gamer. You know, do you ever feel like a basic gamer? I got my classics. No, I mean there's a lot of branching out, but not as a. I don't play a whole lot of. I'm not, you know, playing the indies. This is the first chest. I think, but I am not sure. 'Cause I've died 1,000 times, and... No, it's the one near the shell. Alright, here we go. This one. They just took me a brain candy. It's like, no, yeah. Subscription service, right? Or was it free? Hey, Kevin, welcome. What's up, buddy? Metroid said I couldn't even defend. Oh, I played PSO once and my friend gave me a bunch of really strong gear. My keyboard wasn't it wasn't working though, so I couldn't speak to anyone. And I remember a bunch of people were accusing me of being a bot. No, would a bot do this? Just jump a bunch in the air? No, bot would never do that. Man, that's nightmarish. That's the equivalent of waking up in your dreams and you know, right? It's like the sleep paralysis, you know, you're trying to tell everyone, you know, you just wish you could tell everyone what's going on. It's an easily explainable situation that no one needs to be getting hurt over, but at the end of the dream, right before you're going to wake up, and it's, you know, I feel that way in Grand Theft Auto. When I mean, it's been a couple of years since I played the online for it, but I played a little bit, and I would mostly just ride around on my BMX, and yeah, sometimes toot, you know, play the little, do the horn, a quote horn, you know, which on the bike, well, I guess I'm trying to remember what they did. I think just a little, maybe a little bike horn or ring ring. I think it was just a little ringing bell, you know. But yeah, that was supposed to be, if you're in like a big, you know, open thing, that's supposed to be the signal that like, hey, I'm friendly. Don't hurt. You know, don't hurt me. Don't. I see the light in you. All right, I see the light in you. Captain Crunch, 6'9" Sniper, you know, I see the light in you, and I just wish that you could see that in me as well, you know, and see that I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just over here doing some BMX tricks, and, you know, and again, you know, just getting plowed over, like, you know, you have people hitting each other on the way to try to hit you, and like, because you're there, it's like, there's collateral damage. A couple other players are going down just from trying, you know. Oh God, Mario, not again. You could always go fight Bowser. Yeah. The MMO grind. They put him on the put him on the curve, you know. Next level, 3 million experience points. Do, 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 do. Almost there. Give me 1 second. I need refills. This screen is making me thirsty. Let me run right up on it. We were like right there. It's getting rained on. Nice. Nintendo Ultra 64.
Donkey.
Just running around in circles. Help. I need some soda. It's kind of nice, Ichigo. Honestly, it's like a... You know, it's got a bit of a... The hair's kind of standing on end a little bit. You know, it's a bit of a... electromagnetic buzz about, you know. Although I know this looks more like just some kind of... I don't know what... I don't know what... Yeah. Maybe them, you know... Maybe this is the material that the, you know, T1000 is made of.
Donkey. Now you're playing with power.
I'm like, oh shoot, I just saw it. Oh, I just went away. Hold on 1 second. I was like, okay. I had what I was looking for. See, if I take my hand off the, you know, if I don't do a sound for a little while, I look down and it's like, whoa, God. I just see, you know, 12 folders looking at me. 15 staring back at me. It's no good.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. I was going to give us some Nirvana, but where'd it go? This is kind of its own Nirvana right here. You know, Mario just chilling. Get to the other side of the curtain. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Oh, man. He's in. Yeah, Thanks for joining us, Kurt. All right, this is the one. Get it. Number one. There we go. Wait, that's where the, no, we don't want to be here yet. That's not the one we want, right? Isn't it? I just get nervous. All right, here we go. We're gonna beat it. See? You fool. I went over to the other one and then I was like, that doesn't... No. Okay. We gotta stop second guessing ourselves. Where's my shell? Hello, shell. That one up. Give me a... Alright, Mario, carry on. First one's at the shell. Second one, swim forward. Okay, we're hey there, Mario. Love you, buddy. We're kind of stuck in the wall there. Okay. There we are. Hello. So convenient. There's a bubble right there as soon as you open it. Yeah, it's just they I don't know why they like it's like a bottle of soda, you know, they just like sealed up a bunch of I don't know, maybe there's a whole bunch of stuff that's died in there too, aspirated, I don't know. It's a whole ecosystem. See, if only he could open this treasure chest with his ass right now, I would be done with this level. You guys saw it. All right. This is the one. We can get out of this. Yes. And that's when the that's when Jaws swoops in.
That's okay.
All right, finally. 68 stars. All right, good stuff. Oh, there's like an early level or two. There's something I think on the Snowman's, what is it? Snowman's Land? Cold Mountain? Question mark? Yeah. Totally, Tutor. Yeah. It's just too bad. You know, somebody's done a ROM hack out there. It's such a great world, you know. Anything you want in a ROM hack. You could like up the difficulty of a boss in Mega Man. Right? You could do a Mario 64 level where it's, you know, only up. You could just create a dungeon out of scratch for Link. And you could even have a little fun with it. Like have Mario open a chest with his ass. You know, it's such, the world is, it's such a wide world, ROM hacking, and I don't know, I feel like I've only just been getting into it the last couple of years, and I'm thinking on all the stuff I missed. I've played just like 2 Pokemon hacks, and they were amazing. But they were like kind of more on the like vanilla side in terms of, yeah, it was just like getting the full Pokédex. Awesome, right? Done in some very clever ways. Shout out to Razor Mime, Zombie Anton, for doing the Pokemon 251 or Pokemon Crystal 251. Mario's gonna die. He's gonna die. But yeah, you missed out on a lot of stuff, you know. Mega Man 2 with My Little Pony sprites, you know, it's. I gotta see that. I want to see that before I die, you know? I'm not in any hurry, like but hey, you never know. You never know when your own 8 coin challenge might come to an end. But yeah, that should be a happy thing though, right? You know, seize the moment. Nothing else. Even if it all is an illusion. Right? You don't really have much of an alternative. Might as well try to make something out of it. And maybe, who knows? You know, maybe you'll have some fun before, I don't know, the proverbial kid reaching up for the Nintendo 64 power button that is your life. You know, before he goes on to switch it off at the end of the night. You know, Mom won't let him keep it on, you know. Maybe that's all it is. I don't know what we're doing in this. I should look up what we're doing on this star. Nigeta Kupa no Oka coin. Oh, is this the... Well, is this the 8 coin? Is it Aka coin? Anyway, maybe this is the 8 coin challenge. Could, you know, it could be, right? You never know. Would it matter? No, it doesn't. You know, you might as well make the best of it, right? That's a... Welcome, Sid.
I'm gonna give it 55th straight.
That's right, man. Yeah. I'd hate to spend this, you know, if life is just a game, I'd hate to spend it all in the tutorial, you know? I want to get to the real thing. Oh, that's a fun one, Ichigo. Yeah, I remember, you know, as a kid having the moment with that. Yeah, that's a great callback. Nigetarun Koopa red coin. Thank you, Metroid. Yeah, thank you. It is the red coin, yeah. I noticed coin. Coin was one of those earliest that I learned. I mean, really just no and ko were like probably the first couple letters I'm learning, mostly because I thought they looked cool. First couple characters. That's a good place to start, you know, with the hey, these characters look cool. Let me learn what do they say? Sid, how are you, man? Happy Friday. Welcome. Just getting it getting it on with some Mario 64 here.
He blew his mind out in a car.
That's one of those phrases that I feel it's like a kind of a, you know, it's like it used to be used a little more widely, you know, like, yeah, you know, you're a couple guys, you had a couple buddies come over, you know, they brought their guitars, everybody got it on, you know. And then it's like now I feel like it's sadly in too many people's mind. Maybe it's just me, you know, but it could only mean one thing at this point. You know?
The pounding.
Getting into these games is a great way to learn or start to learn Japanese too. Yeah, kind of helped me stay. I mean, I've lost vocabulary, but I used to speak with friends, and that now now it's all just like, you know, you used to be able to converse with friends more, but that was a while back. These days, I'm glad I can still read hiragana and katakana with, you know, some screw-ups, but yeah. Let's see. I don't know that I want to do the 8-coin challenge just yet. I may be ready for a shift to a different level and then maybe get into Bowser before it's too late. Get into his level. Exit. Course. Ichigo said, sorry, I had missed this earlier, but your existential crisis. That's great. Yeah, I feel you on that. I think sometimes as a kid, I could easily go, oh, so that just means that they were just, you know, oh, well, they're just being silly then, you know, like, or it's you know, oh, okay, you know. I think I was able to like, oh, so it's not to be taken seriously then, you know. Oh, almost. Without being able to voice those words, I think I watched it with a little bit of a, oh, okay. Like almost like it felt like it let the air out a little bit. I thought it was really cool, you know, and then I think it's amazing now. And even like, I think maybe not long after seeing that the first time, it's clear how cool that was. But yeah, for half a second, it was like, oh, you know what? See, that's the thing in the movie. That's where they're just taking it a little too far. It was, you know, everything up until this point, you know, honestly, yeah, who am I to say that that's not our reality, you know? But then, and then they went and they did that scene. I think that's how I felt in the moment, but I don't stand by that at all.
And I know, deep in my heart, deep in my soul, and deep in my loins, that one of these 25 women is going to be the one for me.
Sugar and water. Oh, yeah. Is that better? Yeah.
I remember some great impressions of that from, you know, maybe like middle of class or something. Someone standing up and doing their best. You know, I forget it. I forget his name. She, you know, she's using it a couple times. Everett or no, I don't know. I think his name's said a couple times, but I forget.
Like this.
It's so funny, dude. I haven't seen that movie in a while. That is we were talking about just blockbusters the other day and the fun of the movies. Do 8 red coins. Here we go. Thanks, Sid. Oh, is it Edgar? Yeah. Thank you. Right. And thank you for the clarification too. Yeah. Only wearing a just the skin at this point. A skin suit. That's another one of those movies that I think I'm glad I saw it when I did, because I felt like I was at the right age to like. I want to see the year it came out just for my own curiosity now. Let's see. First MIB. Or just MIB. Oh, you guys are taking me back. 1997. Okay. All right. Well, here we are. Best year. Well, 96 for Mario 64, I guess. Shindo Pack version came out in 97. This version. That was a funny, yeah. That's. I feel like I was old enough to like, for it to not be like crazy scary, but it still be really entertaining, you know. And for me to like have some fun with thinking about, yeah, I don't know. Just I already enjoyed, you know, some sci-fi stuff watching with my dad and. That's hilarious, Metroid. Wow. Okay, wow. You know, it's interesting that kind of like, wow, yeah, that's one of those, like, you know, there's a lot of like, oh, things that just so happen same day or like around that time or things that got canceled or put back. And again, that's, of course, I gotta say, probably the most direct one I think I've heard. You know? Some of the others were a little more obscure. It was just like some, you know, certain movies or something like it was more just like, oh, we, you know, not the time. It didn't have to be World Trade Center imagery or like, that's interesting. That's fun. That's interesting, yeah. I see, yeah. Okay, I get it now. Sorry. I had to go back and read it. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Well, you know, it's interesting, like, I bet it, stuff like that, you know, like, I've thought about it for myself. How do you catalog, like, individual story beats that happen in everything, and then you're running this archive, you're running a network or something, and you're just playing these reruns and stuff, and like it's funny to think of like how that stuff can kind of, that's funny, that stuff can kind of get through sometimes. Or I've noticed sometimes things that I'll watch on like a thing or two that I watch like wrestling wise, I noticed like some of the live events, they would like go and like kind of like, you know, cut some stuff out and also like edit in a little crowd noise sometimes. It would just be like very jarring if you watch live and then like went to the yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a man, Animaniacs called it. Crazy. Okay, 8 red coins. Hello. Hello, my 8 red coins. In a little bit, I may have to change gears. Go fight Bowser. Wake myself up. Yeah, I guess there were a couple attempts to take... Yeah, that's crazy, man. Oopsie. So pretty, just seeing the geometry of this ceiling and stuff, too. As Mario runs... As Mario asphyxiates here. It's just so beautiful, isn't it? I think I'm gonna go down... I need that again. Looking up at the geometry of this ceiling. Give me that view. It's good stuff. It's the little things. There's our red coins. Just had to look up this whole time. Get away from me, orb. I like this, like, humming under my breath. It's not committing to it, so it just comes out all hoarse. Alright. That's fun stuff. Get me on the ship. I think from here... I've forgotten how to get to the scaffolding. Let me look around a little bit. There's another staircase, I think. Nice. I have now just 2 levels left, and I think this is yeah, here we go. Just 2 levels left in oh, I don't have it up here, darn. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I've been working through that one. We played that one on stream some as well. And oh, all right. Well, now I know what to do. And I've gotten to, like, I've already seen the credits roll, which is nice. I gotta say, it's still kind of tough. Like, learning the courses is just everything. It's the game. But there's this one level that was quite tough, and it was called the Abyss, and it's one of the last ones, and I mentioned it earlier. So to spare you guys the long story again, it's just tough because to basically stand a chance of winning, you need to be able to stay on a very small track that's on a double decker like track where you can fall to the bottom and then you can't get back up. The track on the bottom is way longer than the one on the top. The issue is the one on the top really requires you to go slowly and have a lot of finesse. Which you're playing so much that game, just like, this is pod racing, right? Just giving it your all. Or at least I did. And you could get away with a lot of bashing of the occasional bashing of the wall, Not bad for considering you're flying at 500 miles an hour, but we did finish it, Sid. Yeah. What's funny, man? You had mentioned that it was canceled, and I don't think I had realized that, or that it at least wasn't going to have another season. And I don't think I realized that when when we started it. How do I get this one? There might have been one more. There'd been another switch somewhere, I thought, but maybe that was the one. Because I can't get up to the ceiling, I don't think, right? Let's see. You silly Billy. Yeah, how'd you like it, Sid? Do.
Give us some. What the hell's going on? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, they did. And I haven't seen Rogue One in a while, so I knew that it was, kind of the backstory to Rogue One. So at a certain point, I was even curious, how close to Rogue One is this going to finish, Will this season take us to, moments before that one starts, for instance, Or will there be a little bit of time? But yeah, my wife saw something about, how all the seasons got condensed. They were going to do the, 1 year, basically, just year increments. What do I need to do first? Let me see. I got up there and then I was like, oh. But they were going to do pretty much a whole season for each of those yearly jumps that happened in it. So yeah, they really did. It seems like they really did wrap some stuff up quickly, huh? What's a Mario to do here? I got a Mamma Mia situation. I need to get myself up onto these platforms, and I know he can start, he can dangle from some of them too, right? At least I thought he could. Oh yeah, he can yeah. That is the no, he can't. No, I guess he can't. I was like, oh, I can jump on there, but I don't. That's not what I'm thinking it was. That was essentially just a wall, I guess. Huh? I've forgotten how to play this. Oh, I took forever on this the last time too. It's all coming back to me. Any blocks further down? No, this is it. Boo doo 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 bop. Doodly beep 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 boo bop. 1 second. Okay, Mario. We got 2 of these suckers. We're gonna need 6 more. Yeah, it was. I could imagine that it was really expensive because I was just thinking about that with, you know, like right off the bat, just how many hours of the show there already are with 2 seasons, you know, and they did film it in a pretty. It looks good, you know. It's well filmed. It's well shot. A lot of the shots look really good. So many different like set pieces and stuff. It's still a hell of a project, and it's like, you know, just a couple seasons of something that, you know, it's like you could call TV, but yeah. What's a Mario to do? He needs to. I mean, is it just a long? Maybe it's a triple jump from that one. Is that what I'm missing? Because that's too far away. It's hard to tell where things are, huh? Yeah, there's... Oh, I gotta get to one of these platforms, but... Is it... Can I do a crazy zoop and a bop? Yeah, it's cool. I honestly... Yeah, it's cool. I think that one of the interesting things about it is, if I heard, there's a lot of folks who, you know, once the Disney acquisition went through or whatever, that's like, you know, they were like, okay, this is where I stop, you know. And I will say that amongst those folks who still like have watched something or went for a little while, who felt that way, I still usually hear a lot of positive things about Rogue One, you know. And I think that Andor is not necessarily the same, you know, it doesn't have that same feel, but it's... Let's see, can I hit the... How do I grab on? Let's see. But it hits a, yeah, like a gritty, kind of more personal Star Wars that I think a lot of people thought was pretty sweet about Rogue One. Like, it didn't feel like a George Lucas movie, but it felt like it could have been, to give an analogy that we can appreciate, like, you know, a good game from LucasArts or something. You know, you're not thinking like, okay, right, you know, George is sitting down at the handle here, you know, trying to trying to sculpt that Rogue Squadron 3D model. He's, you know, he's just really been working on one of the little Tatooine sort of Adobe hut things, you know. But yeah, you know, it's like, even though it, like, you know that it doesn't have necessarily that official feel, if you will, I think it hit the right things about Star Wars that we like, because I mean, it's just the same kind of thing that a lot of comics, and I mean, you know how it is, comics, games do. They don't, of course, they're not going to have the same feel as the movie often. But you get a while playing that stuff, you can have a greater feeling of like, yeah, this is what Star Wars feels like, you know. And I think Rogue One hit that well, you know. Me too, Metroid Hatchling. Yeah, me too. A lot of good games, because they could have just taken my money so many times. I would have paid for something, a worse product. At least, well, I mean, they wouldn't have gotten away with it too many times, I would hope. But, most games, I mean, there's some really great games from them. Some stuff that I think, even if a person's not a Star Wars fan, it's worth checking out. Oh, that's a lot closer than it felt. That was nice and fun to watch. All right. Oh. There's one bridge that comes up like way down here, right? It's maybe not. Click, 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 click. Isn't it just these two? There's one to get on the sub. From that one, can you get over to that one platform to the right? I wonder. This is kind of in the center, huh? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, like, can I go here? 3D, baby.
Press start to play.
Telling you, Mario, you gotta think in 3 dimensions, buddy. Forget everything you know about jumping. And look, I know what I'm asking. At one time, you know, you even went by the name Jumpman. Like, I know how much it means to you, dude. Just... Yeah, I don't know. I'd honestly, it's, you know, it's funny because like, I was going to say I'd be afraid to do it. I would be because I don't have the skills to direct a movie. Skills or experience or disposition to direct a movie. But yeah, but with that being said, I can see some people who are otherwise aspire, like they really like to get in there. That's their life's passion, but and maybe they're huge Star Wars fans, but they're like, no, no. I don't want to get, you know, you're just, you know, wading into the, I don't know, you're just walking into the hornet's nest. But I think, oh, what? Just to getting on top of the sub, is that, hold on. We can walk on that scaffolding, right? Oh, it's all an illusion. Can I jump and... Don't you fall. Yeah, just mix it up a little bit. Let me look this name up. It looks familiar, but you know, I'm not up on my I have to admit, I love watching the credits, but I don't know if anybody else feels me on this. As much as I love watching the credits, usually by the time the movie is ending, I'm having my own little personal crisis, and the movie couldn't end much later without me having to like run to the restroom or something. And I think at the end of the movie, I'm just like, I feel bad. Lately, I've missed some credits, you know. Especially if you're at some little small, you know, kind of smallish theater with like just a couple of like, you know, just a stall or something, you know, small little bathroom situation. It's like, man. Sorry to the creators of this thing. I'd usually like to see what's going on, but... Dune. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. Yeah, just make it just totally grim dark. Sicario. I want the yes, I want the marriage between Dune and Sicario. I know, right, Ichigo? Yeah. I usually thank the creators. I get down on my knees during the credits and I stay down there, head, you know, I barely look up, but it's like just, you know, try to stay respectful. And Thank you for this movie, of which I have just consumed. May it nourish my soul, or at least give me something to talk about. I think I need to do a cool wall kick or something. I don't know. That wouldn't... Is that spot open to me? How does one get there? Well, I got a coin. That's nice. We have 3. Thanks for joining. At this rate, we'll have it done in maybe about the next hour. I do feel bad. Like, I don't know. It's just funny. It's they're. I've always wanted to watch more movies. I do enjoy what I get to see, but it's only so many hours in the day as well. And I saw a lot more as a kid. Yeah, where are the poles? It's supposed to be poles. Yes, this. I was thinking the same thing, and I even was like, there's a couple spots where they're supposed to be here. So must be something I can do to get us some. Must be something a guy can do to get some poles around here. You know, this ain't your uncle's joke. Alright, here we go. I need... He's right. We need the poles. What can we do to generate some poles to suspend from the ceiling and allow us to cross the level? Oh, could that be it? I'm possibly missing a star? I know that I've done this with the last time I did it. I remember something about, yeah, having the poles come down. I believe that it is the 8 coin mission. Yeah, no, Aka coin. What gives us the poles? I think it is. Course 9. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I see. Let's see. I see. Yeah, we were looking at this one earlier, I believe. Let me see what's up. Because, yeah, I do remember there being that, yeah, them being suspended. You can, actually, most of those gaps, I'm doing some really crazy stuff. That little wall jump, I think you're supposed to do there, but, yeah, some of those jumps, there's a pole in between it, and there's supposed to be. Yeah. Pole jumping for red coins. Yeah. Must be something we do to get those poles down. Seeing the like yellow particle effects made me get excited for a second. It's like, no, we already did that one. Alright, well, let's keep looking around. Let's see what's up. You had to be a Metal Mario and go pound on the sub and sink it. Oh, no, we haven't yet. You do need to maybe you need to do Bowser in the Fire Sea. It's worth a thought. It's because like that level's been open to us for a little bit. You know what? I've been at this for a bit, and if anybody does remember, you're welcome to speak up at this time. But yeah, I'm gonna start looking it up, just because I forget this myself. And let's see, dire docs, Acoin. It would be like at the start of something, like, hey, you can't do this, I would imagine. Help, please, can't get the poles. Did you get rid of the sub yet? You have to defeat Bowser in his basement stage. After that, the submarine will be gone and the poles will show up. So I bet you got to have some pretty sweet speedrunning skills to pull that off. As it is, but yeah. Totally, absolutely. Yeah, I would have been playing the Bowser level way before 68 stars, yeah. And I'm sure this stage, you know. Well, shoot, maybe that's what we do next. I could probably get set up for that, have just a short break, and maybe get us into that one. There's a few other levels we can do scattered, but if I want to get that one done, I may need to start working on it. It's funny, I was thinking,
Press start to play.
Okay, thanks, Mario. Yeah, I know. That's what pause is, buddy.
Press start to play.
Yeah, it's funny because I even forgot that you have to do, for a long time, I went twice on stream to the entrance to this level, being like, oh yeah, it's time for us to go to Bowser, alright. Let's do that before we sign off. And it was even like, oh, we'll have to save some time for that. And then I got there and I was like, oh shit, that's right, you have to do... And I couldn't remember how much. I was thinking it's at least a level. I think it is just that first level in this course that you have to get done. The first Bowser sub themed level, I believe. And once that's done, then you unlock your way. Well, let me go ahead and do that. I could stand a quick break, I think. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry it's getting a little bit late. I'll keep it rolling just because I got a late start. But I'm just keeping Mario here in the nice water. I like that. Well, we'll head to Bowser. What is it? Bowser in the Fire Sea? The Eternal Lake of Fire? No, that's the Bible. Sorry. Shit. Easy to mix them up, you know. They're all sacred text to me. All right, one more time on this BRB screen, or is this too intense? We could go to Animal Crossing if anybody needs. Hey man, this is just too much. It is such a great song. When we get into it, I want to. When I think about a Bowser level or I hear this music, I think it's this level that I'm picturing in my head. Like, you know, in terms of a Bowser stage. I think it's this level, and it's specifically Mario getting burned a bunch and dying. You know, hearing the wah, you know, or just like knowing that like I'm not going to be able to get it under control after he hits the lava for the second time, you know. Close my eyes, I can see Mario. You know, he's bouncing off the lava, X's in his eyes. Anyway, let's all get a little break, guys. Thank you so much for hanging. Happy Friday. The lava is forgiving, and it's crazy that people use it for, I mean, you know, that like it, you know, it's useful too for speed runs and for speed. What happened? Hello. Sorry about that. Let's go back to that song. I love it so much. I wasn't trying to do that. Maybe I should get the heck out of here before I screw something up. All right, I'll see you guys back here in just a bit. BRB. I'm still on camera. What is going on? You can't take this guy anywhere, man. I thought I had a button. That's the wrong one.
Press start to play.
Yo, happy Friday, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out.
I love the vibes here, dude.
Yeah, this has been a fun one, guys. I'm gonna spend a lot of time on the Bowser in the Fire Sea scene here, because why not? It's cool. I got the level behind me. Let's see. Can I duck myself down real quick? Let's see. Let's see what we got. Here's what we're up against. This feels like cheating. I've been here before. First time back in 96. I got a few elements on top of this, the map here, but yeah, look at this. Like I said, for whatever reason, whenever I hear this music, I do think it's this stage I'm seeing, and yeah, it's Mario getting his butt burned, and yeah, the lava is forgiving, and yeah, it's interesting, like, once you learn to harness it, and how to control it, and yeah, where it's gonna send you. But it's kind of funny because it's pretty much a death sentence if you don't, you know, if you don't know what to do. Whoa, hey, there he is. He's back. All right, let's get in the game. This music. And then back to this one. All right. Red coins later. Let's make Bowser the priority, and then anything else I do on top is, well, I want Bowser and the 8 red coins here, but anything else is like a gravy.
Okie dokie.
You know, I wrote streaming is tough in the chat. My keyboard got wedged again. It's like on this little tray, and sometimes it gets wedged up in under the desk, and the escape key will get caught under that, and you know, so it changed. I started to hear that ding, 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 you know, and then as I move it, it like changes scenes. And then I went to go type something in the chat, and then I hadn't actually put the cursor into the chat, so it just tried to do a hot button or whatever straight, you know, first letter of a scene. So, get me out of here. All right. This is the one. It's almost like you got to jump down a chimbley. Thump.
So long, Bowser.
So no message at this one, huh? Or at least, well, this isn't the first time in here, so maybe it did say something. Although I think the first and third ones will get a little communique from Bowser. Oops. Yeah, see, I don't have what it takes to harness the... At least not in that case. 0 lives. Oh, no, okay. The cat can feign innocence all day long, but... we all know the cat is guilty. Yeah, no. I don't even want to know these. Don't put them out into the world. No, just... Bro, you're like a hacker. I watched this thing on hacking. It was just like a quick... I watched one of these and now I get a million of them, and I'm trying to remember who it's from. Maybe it's Wired. I can't remember, but it's a... oops. It's like, oh, tech support, or, you know, they'll get an expert in something and have them, or someone who is, you know, this or that professor or accomplished writer on a subject or something, and someone who works in a field or something, and they'll have them answer just questions that are pulled from the internet about a random topic. And there was one on, I'm just having fun hanging out. I'm gonna get the 8 coins if I can, but I don't know where they all are. But yeah, there was one about hacking, and it mentioned some of the, so of course, like early hacking examples, and there were things like, okay, like what do you call hacking? And they sort of kind of gave this, I guess one of the first instances, it was like, yeah, kind of used, like it was quite an old word, but it was interesting, because it talked a little bit about the history of the word, and then some of the like early examples of hacking that were kind of he just talked about how with the internet, of course, everything was like, it's like a totally different world at that point. But prior to that, you had many different types, including like a lot of phone scams. It mentioned a lot of like telephone booth scams. There was a whistle you could get. It was he mentioned it was like a Captain Crunch or something. I can't remember. It was some cereal whistle. I don't know if it was Captain Crunch or not, but that like blew just the right frequency that it would trick a phone into dialing long, basically being able to dial long distance for free or kind of bypass that. And I don't know, some of that stuff was just so funny to like hear about. Yeah. And that and people like, spoofing TV and stuff, and makes me think of like folks I knew who had I remember like a person or two growing up, like, and it's like they'd have the huge satellite in their backyard, and they're just getting like crazy stuff, But yeah, phone hacking. Yeah, since like it's all like dial tone based, I think that's what it was. And there was like a specific frequency that their system would use that would like send them to like a kind of a like menu or something. I think that was the mechanism, or kind of a debug sort of thing, or an administrator sort of thing. So apparently, like, they started, really everyone who was into it, like it became a hot commodity, those whistles. Oh, and people just buying up all the cereal so that they could go spoof calls and stuff. Spoof free calls. Where are we at? 2. I think one of the things I love about this music, it has such a great build up to get to this point, and then when it gets there, there's just this feeling of like it fits this perfectly. Like there's no way out of this. In fact, you need to just go up. You need to get to the end of this level, and it's just a sea of fire in every direction, the fire sea. And I feel like this music, there's a like hope, like from Bowser's perspective, it's the coolest thing ever. And I feel like there's almost like a hopelessness in it, or the challenge of that moment comes in, of like, hey, you're in this you're gonna have to walk these extremely narrow platforms. There's lava everywhere. You cannot escape it. This is the only way. It's you versus Bowser. And I feel like it all comes through in this music. They give it this build up to this part. And they hit it with the almost like a choir effect. And in that again, I just see Bowser, like I see him kind of looking on at his creation. Good luck, Mario. He makes a fireball appear right in his hand. He's just looking on at his this twisted metal creation he's made here. Yeah, throw a couple bombs there, sure, you know, like put a sea of fire around it. Love it, you know. And in that moment, Bowser is high on his own supply. He's just up there. I got something for it if he makes it up here. That's a terrible Bowser, but yeah, that's what I would do. And this part here, again, like I said, there's like a vastness to it, a hopelessness. The bad guys are gonna win. They were always gonna win. Boris Grushenko, what a great hacker. What do we have going on here? I need to make sure I know where I'm leaping. Are you going for Boris if you're playing some GoldenEye? You're doing some GoldenEye multiplayer. You picking up Boris? No odd jobs. Except, like, you know, the little cousin can play odd job because it's kind of funny. And he's like sort of gonna throw a fit anyway, so like, you know, it's not really gonna hurt anybody. Just like. Just 3 so far? Wondering if I've missed something. No odd jobs. Go Trevelyan. Nice. I remember thinking like, this is cool, another 00 agent, you know, this is cool. This guy is all as or more badass than James. And I have to admit, when it comes to GoldenEye, I think, I don't know how much of the movie I knew prior to playing the game. Because the game, I think, was supposed to come out quite a bit sooner and be a little more tied to the release of the movie, or closer at least. Holy shit. This is a good place to slip down, I guess. Oh, I love this. I love that you can just take your time in this level, too. The crescendo back to the loop, you know, back into this. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Hey, you know, that's the best bad guys, right? You know? Oh yeah, this is the part where you can get crushed, huh? I saw this gif of like Mario getting, I think, crushed like right here, maybe under that. I shouldn't do it myself. So, all right, yay! It's extra lives now, but there's no red coin here. Oh my god, that's an awesome... I love the camera up there right now. That's funny. Okay. Alright. I'm losing the plot, because I think I've skipped over some portions. There's a red coin over there. Let's make sure we get ourselves to this part. Is that like the... That might actually... Well, I don't know. Let's check it all out. So fun. Wait, I came from... Well, that's how I'm going to get up to the next level. So let's Make sure we get whatever's here, I think. And then I think that's part back there is maybe how we get up. I remember really liking the movie once I got around to it. I was never a huge James Bond head until really that came out, and then it's funny because they had been sort of like regular viewings over over at my cousin's place where I spent a lot of time, and I think after that point, I was like, oh, okay. So started wanting to pay attention to a little bit more. Oh, shoot. Thought I was in first person, not moving, But nope. Like first, just the first person, taking it all in. The top C. Holy shit, what are you doing? This guy's gonna get us all killed. It's unnecessary. Ding, ding, burr, burr. The side is a little... Oh! Come on, Mario. He doesn't deserve the 8 red coins if he can't get past this part. For a second, I thought he was going to do something awesome. I'm sorry, Mario. I'm really... it's me that's the one that... I gotta watch how I talk to that guy,
Whack!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Are you renting some of the same ones multiple times? The good news with those series is that it can keep you busy. That's a lot of rentals, A big catalog. I think we've gotten everything below us, and then there's some stuff kind of straight across. Just getting to this thing would be nice. Oh, be careful. How about that? I see another red coin down there, I think. Don't want to slide. Oh. Was I maybe to sing some lava? I think that's, that's what's kind of fun about, I don't know, a series, especially like having other family members who are into something. There's like a whole bunch of something like that, and as a kid, it's all new to you. You get to nerd out. To learn about a bunch of new Bond villains, and yeah, it's interesting, huh? How many do we have? 5. Sometimes you can get a nice little angle here. There's one spot kind of underneath us I've been wanting to double check, but I think we're good. Dangerous. It's a lot of coins, nice. Who are you a favorite of, Ichigo? You Ron Connery guy. I haven't watched any of the modern stuff. I mean, most of my Bond watching was as a kid and a teenager, I think. I did watch I watched Casino Royale, and I watched like maybe one other one, I think, of the like newer. That is a franchise that usually makes a really fun, at least nails the blockbuster aspect, you know. They're fun to see. Mario, don't lose your cool here, buddy. Oh, sugar pie honey bunch. Get this. Saw my life flash before my eyes. Mario can't even sit still and just get his life filled up. He's shaking up. Oh yeah. Well, to me, I think the original. It's also tough because to me, if you ask me who's the best Bond, I gotta say honestly, it's that one walking into the frame of the gun barrel and shooting in Nintendo 64 with that rad version of that song playing, and then the an effect obviously that they're emulating from a lot of the movies, but I think it's tough because that's my James Bond right there, I think, ultimately, since that was my best introduction to the series, or kind of like I knew of it before, but that's when I started paying attention, I think. So mine is all, low polygon and still kicking a lot of ass, of course. Smooth as hell, even with his block hands. Oh, fuck me. Don't die here. Pardon my French, Mario. I was worried. Don't get squished. Okay. I don't know if that can even happen, but Oh, that's funny, Metroid, yeah. And there's so many of them too. Yeah, I've still only seen a handful, just a few. I don't know what a handful of movies is, but depends on what kind of medium we're talking. No, the camera's being very helpful right now. That's where it wants to adjust to. If I move it, it wants to come right back here. That's funny. I am in the Mario cam, so I guess that makes sense. The close-up. This is 7 coins. Is there an 8th red coin somewhere? Because... Oh, I think... Okay. Yeah. Whoa. Mario. A little drama for the folks here, right at the end. Where's the 8th red coin? Is it down here? Where have you guys hidden this coin? Where's the coin? What's with this music? It's Mario holding a bob-omb. Where's the fucking coin? Where's the 8th red coin? Beep, 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 beep. I don't know. Tell me. It's high stakes stuff here, man, and half a life bar. Do. Yeah, calm it down. This is just I could make him go faster, but I like just sort of testing the controller out a little bit, seeing what we can do. He's got a little shuffle to the music. I need an 8th coin. God, look at the skybox. Mario's in hell. Well, oh no, just splashing lava. Thought I saw a red coin. That's a good question, Ichiko. Yeah, what is the fate of the talking bob-ombs? Oh, Metroid said, oh yeah, they hadn't seen one since 2020, but they watched the whole Sean Connery and Roger Moore eras during the pandemic. Oh, nice. I feel like it is a series that could be watched like that, you know, like, and yeah, I had a short period with the Bond movies. You know, that sounds about right. I've got some similar. Or at least that was when I knocked him out, you know. I got on it for a little bit, you know. The Talking Bob-ombs, you know, I'm thinking about them in the Paper Mario games. At least in my mind, I'm picturing the pink. Was there a bombette or I don't know? That doesn't sound right. Where's the other? There's another red coin we're missing. And it could be right at the end here, for all I know. Like I said, sometimes you can sneak a peek at it from this view. Where's the last red coin? Oh, be careful. Oh, be careful. Well, shoot. Maybe I need to do the look for the 8th red coin another time. Just get down to Bowser. At this point, since I'm hurt. I don't think that there's a coin like right there, is there? Hold on. Would they do that? No. I'm worried about the health situation at this point, so I think I might just get us down. A little dodgy there. Sometimes the game might not be loud enough. Let me. I love the skybox and everything too. It's just so foreboding. Ah! And you're just out here, and I love it. When you hit start, you get this zoom out. And look at how precious this is. This render from far out of the stage and Bowser there on the left and Mario. They're kind of, I'm seeing, is he blinking? Bowser's blinking. Or like, they make the eyes do a little twinkle, huh? You're very smart. Absolutely, Ichigo, yeah. Do they yearn to explode? Yeah, you know, I don't know. Oh, I see what you mean, right? Like, you know, might be that's tough. It could be one of those situations where it's like everybody has their place, you know, or maybe that's kind of their, I should say, their way of like coping with this existence as an explosive device. I don't like all this fire on the field. It's going to end up getting us killed. But I do love him being right next to a bomb. That's kind of cool. Come on, buddy. Come on. I need to do a U-turn. Star Fox. Oh, shit. Is it still just one hit takes him out here? Look at this. Oh, shoot. Guess you have to keep him kind of going. His model looks so cool. Like, looking at just the geometry of the, like, shells. The little spikes in between the big ones. Those green spikes. This has got to be really humiliating right now. Yeah. I get totally, dude. It's that's, you know, thinking about those bombs. It's tough, man. That's the kind of thing that'll keep you awake at night, you know, asking questions like that. And it's a blessing and a curse, you know. I don't think we need a whole lot, but it's also very close, so.
Oh, rim shot!
Got him. Poor Bowser. Yeah, you're amongst, you know, some good company around here, Ichigo. Thanks for hanging, man. All right, I think Bowser tells you to, like, get to the chopper. No, like, basically he'll be waiting for you in the tower, I think. Something like if you can even get there.
Video game trauma.
He's been through a lot. Well, let me just go ahead and... Still, I love this render from way out here. Now that the platform isn't tilting, I feel a little safer, but, you know, you never want to... It's cool. You know what I think this game... Oh, hey, thanks for hanging, dude. Yeah, and hope you have a good weekend, man. I'm going to get this key. Sorry, I'm dragging it out. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for chilling. And absolutely, dude. It's been fun. Hope you have a good weekend, and yeah, man, take care. You can hear the glub, 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 glub of the lava. So, what I was going to say is, one thing I think is interesting is, sorry, I missed you. You asked about Paper Mario. I have, yeah, I've played, I beat the ones on 64 and GameCube, I believe. I don't know if there were multiple on GameCube, but Thousand Year Door. I played those back when they came out. I was really excited for, I rented Paper Mario and was like, oh, I like this a lot. And I eventually bought it. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, do you like those? One thing that I think this game benefits from, because people talk about, like, I don't know, there, you know, there's a lot of talk about the liminal spaces, these, you know, platforms that are just out in the middle of nowhere. Not necessarily, right? Hey, you've got a cool fiery background. You've got lava. And I think that it's the, you know, it's also just the it's kind of simpler 3D geometry of all this stuff and the low poly count that just really freaks some people out. But I think that, you know, for me, I actually enjoyed it. And I think looking on it now, it's funny because to me, I do remember as a kid thinking like, oh yeah, this is kind of what some 2D Mario levels would look like. Not necessarily the ones that were more vertical, although there's those too. Levels where you're riding a cloud or something in Mario 3 or, you know, whatever. You know, like, but seeing this right now, this chunky floating platform, that's actually like, this is a good 3D representation of like what you had been getting with something like the simpler Mario games. And I think that, yeah, you know, if you compare something like, you know, as some of the best pixel art, like in a Mario World or a Mario, you know, Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, which is such a beautiful game. Yeah, that's like some of the best pixel art out there, right? Well, this is like some of the first like 3D video game, like full 3D video game stuff. So it's like you had to start somewhere. And I actually think that it, to me, it seems like a pretty good 3D reimagining of some of the arenas that you get in something like Mario 3, one of my favorites. And I don't know, walking on blocks, having things fall under you, you know, simple geometry. Spaces with just lava everywhere around you. That's the point. It's supposed to be it's supposed to make you uncomfortable. You're in a sea of fire. you're you know, like there's no way out other than fighting Bowser, you know, like it. All right.
Oh!
I didn't get the 8 red coins. I think I may try that one more time and just see if we can bust it out. Find that 8th coin. Okay. Let me be diligent. I'll be a diligent. Got ourselves a key. That's pretty sweet. I did that last time. Alright, off to a great start. It's the red coins I care about. Got one there. That could have been missed, possibly. One up there as well. Oh shit, yeah. Okay. What's up, Hubra? Welcome. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, glad you could make the stream. It took me forever to get rolling too, so it was a good thing we're both late. No, you know, never anything is late. Nobody's late, but yeah, I just appreciate you guys rolling in. This is a game I like to take, you know, late because I don't know, I just get in my feelings about it, which you know. Hey, that's not always the worst thing, you know? Especially if you stay a little closed off. Doo-doo-doo. Cool, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for hanging. Yeah. The Chrono Trigger's been really fun. I'm enjoying this playthrough. I got another notification from this Photos app that it was like 12 years ago that I did my last playthrough of that, and yeah, that's a good little chunk of time. And that's another one that has... I'm playing a couple of my games that meant a ton to me when I first played them, and this is like some heavy hitter stuff. I feel spoiled, you know, to play Mario 64 and Chrono Trigger. Oh shit. Sounds good, Sid. Thanks for hanging out. Take your time. I'm reading the chat like backwards every time. It's the newest message and then then working my way back. Okay, so I wonder if we missed that coin on the first go round. That last red coin. What a fun level too. Oh yeah, I know, I loved that, yeah. And then the little kid at the end trying to peek around the corner to get in on it was just really cute. So there's that one. Something tells me, I don't know if I got, that one looks kind of tricky. I mean, I think you just get off this pole here, but... Or is there... No, there's a drop there, actually. but it may be safer. Let's see. I think if I hit it from this way, I won't go straight in the lava. It's at the bottom of this elevator. Oh, okay. Well, let's ride back down. Yeah, thanks, man. Glad you're enjoying the stuff. It's I'm having a lot of fun doing it lately, and it's just trying to figure out, you know, I may have to, oh, there's one there too. May have to do a schedule change at some point, so just trying to feel things out. And I think if I make it run and then get in underneath it. There it is. This is coming together. 4 already. I don't know that I had that at this point. Yeah, I was thinking I'd play Earthbound next. And really, that's a game I've been wanting to play for years, and I've had a couple of folks around here mentioning it, and you know, I've never played anything other than the first like 5 minutes. And I spent most of that naming the characters. I mean, that's the fun part, right? A fun part. And sometimes worth spending a lot of time on, but yeah. It seems cool, and I know, like, I've had enough people recommend it that, I know I'm missing something. I've played, like, a little bit of Mother, on Nintendo Switch Online for NES. They had this, like, Famicom, or they had the first game in the series, Mother. And they put that on Nintendo Switch Online, and I played it at the end of a stream, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. You know, like I've been interested by like 8-bit RPGs and stuff. I haven't played a little bit of Dragon Quest and stuff, so it's always interesting to me what they can pull off with just 8 bits. You know, 8 bits is enough. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's you've got a cult following, you know. To the point where even if you don't know anything about the series, you have probably heard that like people really want a translation of Mother 3 and an official one. We're gonna get those 8 red coins. We just beat Bowser in this one, but I figured I'd get the 8 red coins and then I can. That'd be a good place to end it. I just love this music. Oh, that's death. I had my perspective screwed up there. I thought we were back over the platform. Oopsie. Do that again. All right, I'm gonna give it maybe another good try. If it gets screwed up early, we'll redo it. But let's give it one more good try. And see what's up. Yeah. Oh, I always forget about that. If I die here, this doesn't count. You know, with Earthbound, I feel it's another series that a lot of what I learned early on is through Smash Bros, which is such a great resource for learning about other Nintendo and Nintendo related franchises. It's great for that. Yeah, I know, he's hot. He keeps screwing up right there too. Poor guy. I thought about bringing a beer, but the last couple times I've done that on stream, I've had a good spill. Pretty catastrophic one. Well, I shouldn't say catastrophic. That's it's blowing it a little out of proportion. Absolutely. Poor guy. He's hot. I hope we get through this. Do, 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 do. Taco Bell gotta commend them on realizing that would probably be a good song to put in their commercial in like 2024 or 2025 or something. I feel like many demographics were ready to hear that song again, or for the first time for some, of course. There we go. Do 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 do. The only time I really see commercials, honestly, is when I watch live sports, which, you know, there's only. I like sports, but it's more of like I watch, you know, my college football team. I'll watch my NFL team until they're like unwatchable, and then that's it. I'm not like checking everything. I'm not doing, you know. I can't stand the like watching it in the command center with everybody who's like doing fantasy football or something, or even worse, it's just everyone's betting on the games or specific players and stuff, and it's like, dude, this is a terrible way to watch the game. Thankfully, I don't have to be around people like that often, or that doesn't have to happen too often, but yeah. Oh, nice. Yep, oh shit. I went to Bama, so yeah, I still like some college football. It's growing up, my dad was really into it and stuff, and it's funny. My sister went to it's so big there as it is in Texas, and like, I remember like having an Alabama versus Auburn day at school. This perspective is amazing. I don't know how I survived. This is awful. Quesadillas, nice, said. Oh, there's our red coin, that's right. Well, now I got myself squashed, so... There we go. Better. Texas is a fun team to watch. I like college football. It's kind of... It is also getting sort of crazy with all the... You know, you can't watch any coverage of it without it just being all about betting and stuff. And I don't know, it's just... It's kind of tired of all that. I've never been into it, but it's just like totally taken over everything. So it's gotten to where I'll pretty much like watch the games, and you know, that's about it. Come on, get up there. Do, 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 do. Do, do. And then, yeah, I married into a Raiders family, although we're the only two that are still into them at this point, you know. And I think even at the time that I, quote, married into this Raiders family, I'm pretty sure everybody else was already like, man, I hate them. It was just, you know, so I married into it without the generational heartbreak. So that was easy for me to, yeah, sure. Really what it was is like part of it was like, you know, having moved and stuff, and I wanted to, you know, I'd never really been in the NFL because it wasn't that big in Alabama growing up, and it's a little bit more now, I think, thanks to like but people are kind of split, you know, through, because folks are from everywhere, and then also locals, if they watch NFL, they're not often as into it, and sometimes it's kind of like split between a few teams. Titans, you know, Falcons, Jags. But yeah, it was like an Alabama player got drafted by them, and I was like, oh, okay, well, hey, we got the move in, you know, I'm out here the West Coast. I can cheer for. They got a chance. They're doing better. Well, Sid said, oh boy, Die Hard, yeah. Yeah, I agree. All the gambling stuff, really, yeah. It's just all over the place, and you know, it's hard to watch any coverage without seeing like tickers at the bottom. So many of the commercials and stuff are brought to you by, you know, DraftKings, MGM Bet, whatever, you know. Okay, let's see. I need red coins. That's what I'm looking for. Did I get the one that's in... Hold on, there's one that's kind of... Sorry, I'm doing the camera a million times. I'm like, there were I think 2 inside this one box. I think it was that place back that I rode back there, but darn. Let me see. Mario, what are you doing? Gotta work with me, buddy. I just want to check something out. Let me see. That platform's not going to be here though, huh? Or does it just run? In that room, I'm like, I don't think that there was one I'm missing, but I gotta double check. Yeah, commercial for a video game. Yeah, something new. I wonder. I feel like I still see stuff. I'll see the occasional thing for like Call of Duty or something, you know, like, yeah, I don't know. It's funny. What I'm noticing is I'll get a lot of like, whenever I'm somewhere else, like looking at a news site or something, and they have any kind of ads, there will often be something, it's funny. I'll get these like crappy indie games and stuff that it's so clear that they're just like absolutely stealing artwork, or you know, it's you see it and you instantly are supposed to think, oh, that looks like Animal Crossing, or oh, that looks like, you know, there's a lot of like JRPG stuff, and there's a lot of, it's funny because I'm like, I feel like these ads, they don't know me. I'm not into these. Sometimes you'll be reading a news story and it's like, I'll get an ad or something. It'll be like a gacha game or something, or a, you know, just some bad, I don't know, some dress game that I'm not into. To teach their own, you know. Not for me. You can just make Mario run if you have enough momentum. That felt good. Watching that guy go in the lava. Most of the commercials I see are for the elderly. Yeah, okay, right. Adult diapers, totally. Yeah, it's like a medical equipment, adult diapers. Alert, yeah, alert equipment, you know. Life alert and other, you know, medical alert systems. Now it doesn't, or you're also getting your, now it doesn't have to hurt when I prick my finger. You know what? You bullies are really just bullying me right now, and I had enough. Well, I'm taking my 12 lives and getting out of here. Don't think we get a red coin right here. Oh God. The sad thing is, if you opened up a booth selling that shit, you know it would like, you know you'd make bank, you know? The sick truth of it. Just imagine that it does the looking towards you motion like the big mouth Billy Bass. God, we're getting some of the.
You're a big, strong guy. Are you a football player or something?
You know, I have a friend, big guy, one of the biggest in the world.
Snaps back afterwards, you know. It was always a little eerie, like when it would like the end of the thing, you know, it would just.
This big, powerful guy.
You gotta understand how big the guy was. I'm talking humongous. Yeah, I appreciate that, and it kind of I agree, Hubra, and it kind of feels to me a little bit like a. Oh, just stay right there. It does have a feel of like old, you know, like Mario 1, Mario 3, even a lot of Mario World, where yeah, you were on just floating platforms in the sky. You know, it was it was the course or death and nothing else around you, you know, and it's in its own little contained world, and it's kind of cool like that. I don't know. And I feel like these games kind of do a good job of. This game does a pretty good job of kind of translating some of that course feel into the third dimension, you know, I think. Because I know that's got to be a tough thing to figure out. What is three-dimensional Mario? And they're sitting there trying to figure that out with this game. Wow, okay. And of course it's a launch title, so... I think we still have one more to go. I think we're going to be okay as long as we stay alive. Yeah, it's cool. And the pause... Well, the pause here, you can even do it like when you're on Bowser's stage, too. Huge. I know, Sid. Everything's big and beautiful.
What's up, Pikachu?
Oh man. There it is. I think that's our last one. Cool. This wall up here is fun too. That's a fun little last thing. And I wonder how many people get excited forgetting that this is thin. Look at this. Seeing it from the side. I could see someone totally like being at the top of this and just, I mean, I have felt that, hey, all I need to do is jump right over there. And yeah, if it continued on, sure. But you have a very narrow space there, so if you don't know what you're doing, you're probably gonna land on the other side, or... That's funny. The deep fryer baskets, absolutely. Oh man, that's taking me back. I worked at a Taco Bell KFC for a while, and I don't know if you guys ever worked at a restaurant that had a real like grease problem, but this place had like greasy floors, and you would you'd use degreaser. They would kick a bucket over full of degreaser and water and whatever, every night, and it was still just gross. And it was like by the end of the night, it was gross. It's like slip and slide, and I just remember thinking, like, are we supposed to have this giant like tub of, or this huge thing of lard just sitting here? That I think it was used by the KFC side. I was Taco Bell, so hands off, But I just remember it being gross. No, not even no slip. No, everybody slipping was learning to work in that environment was part of the job, and everybody busted their ass at some point. You just hoped it was only. You just hope you only landed on your ass, and now you're not out of work or whatever. Or hey, who knows? Maybe then talk to an attorney, because maybe you shouldn't be just busting your ass walking, It was, dude. It was just a huge thing of lard just sitting. I remember kind of, I'm young, and it's like I didn't really know the ways of the world in cooking, but I remember kind of seeing that and thinking, like, can you just have a mound of lard just sitting there for hours? Excuse me. Tear up just thinking about it. Dropping a whole chicken on the floor on like one of the first days. Oh, nice. That's great. It happens, French fries everywhere. Yeah, every which way. That's funny. Let's get this star. Number 69 right there. Awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
We save. I think we should beat. I think we owe ourselves the ceremonial defeat of Bowser here. The ritual defeat. Even though it'd be the second time we're killing him here. But let's do it.
Give me a hell yeah!
Dropping the whole chicken on the floor. Did they even... I would hope that this didn't come up, but I could almost imagine some manager kind of trying to squeeze in some, like, sometimes that would come out of, like, someone's paycheck. If it was just, like, really a case of negligence, just want to let you know, first day here on the job and everything. Oh, hello. I love his model. I just want to toy with them for half a second. So it's funny because the first two Bowser fights, you just get the one, it just requires the one hit on these bombs. The trick, this one, I guess, maybe are you dealing with a little bit more fire from him here? Oh, I guess the big one too is like, potentially tilting you off into the lava, Of course, he does that little sprint there. That's pretty sweet. Oh, I thought I had him. There you go. They gave him the same coating as as Andros. Andros's brain. They'll do the little disappear and pop up behind you. Oh shit. That's not gonna work. Huh? We'll get him next time. That's sweet. Oh. It's cool when, at that point when the physics finally kicked in for the tilt. we were able to kind of... I was able to deal with it. But yeah, that first time, I saw how he can really just make you slide. And if you don't pull out of that quickly, he can make you slide right into him. Teleporting after the kill. What a show off. That's some DBZ stuff right there. They told me I couldn't leave when it was busy. I was shocked. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm checking things now, yeah. Sir Sis said, I remember when they told me I couldn't leave when it was busy. I was shocked. Oh yeah. You can't clock out. What do you mean? Well, so, there's a funny story about that. I forgot to mention this, but I believe that it was in this version that you get the first bye-bye. Or at the very least, like, or is it just, I don't know, there's something behind this. I can't quite remember the breakdown. But, you know, we're playing a Japanese version, but we are doing the Shindo Pack version, which has some quirks that make it unlike the regular Japanese version, and more like the US release with Japanese put back into it, kind of. Something closer to that. But yeah, the So Long, I don't know that I've... It's in the intro. It's in the intro of this one, which in the regular Japanese, it is not in the, like, you know, Mario 64... press start to play. Like it's one of those first intro videos that plays, I think, in the US version and in this one. But in the Japanese original release, that one wasn't in it. There's some interesting quirks like that. It's a lot. It's a lot to keep track of. So yeah, I have a bookmark for the cutting room floor to just see some of the differences. Let's see. We're not really that close, but... The wind-up. I know I used to chuck him, like, from one side to the other as a kid. That was fun. I don't know how I ever... I mean, I knew that you could get him close to the bombs, too, but I don't know how I ever hit him. Some of the... So he did bye-bye there. I think in the game, I'm only getting bye-bye, but in the intro... They, you know, you got the, So long, Gay Bowser. Or shorthand, of course, Gay Bowser. Affectionately known as Gay Bowser.
Came in here. No problems.
Cayman's cool with it. That's good, Cayman. Bursting out of his chest. Ends with ga ha 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 ga ha ha. So yeah, like I said, I think in English, the English version, it's basically I'll see you at the top of the tower or something, you know. I'll be waiting for you there. Oh, I have a cool resource if you guys want to see some like different names for the levels and stuff, and it's pretty sweet. I think that it actually at the top of this might have some of the differences between versions, but they don't include talking about the Shindo version in this one, so got to go to tcrf.net for that. Yeah, I'm getting tired. We should wrap this up. It's late. I got a late start. Thank you guys for hanging. It seems like the soundboard worked the whole time, which I don't know what's going on with this soundboard, man.
What kind of drugs are we talking about?
I don't know. It was cracked out earlier. It was not working. I got a late start because I spent a couple hours trying to troubleshoot, and it's something that's been happening every now and then, and I never know what makes it work. I don't know. It was cracked out earlier. It was not working. I got a late start because I spent a couple hours trying to troubleshoot, and it's something that's been happening every now and then, and I never know what makes it work. I so I don't know how to fix it. You know, I don't know what's going wrong. I don't know whatever has worked, but twice it's worked itself out, so I don't know.
Hello.
Good stuff. Man, what a game. Guys, sorry, I'm a little tired. Let me, I think I'll get us here to the exit. Is anybody still streaming right now before I do that? Let's hear the beautiful castle music. So let me crank that. Music's been down just a little bit too. No, you can't clock out. Don't clock out. Well, I remember when I worked at Taco Bell KFC at the time, I was still a minor. So the manager there was actually very like, you need to clock out. You need to clock out now, you know. And me, as you guys know, right, being on time is my forte. And I was always, not to say that I wanted to spend more time there. It just like I would get caught up in tasks and not like I'd have my hands full of taco ingredients and it's time to go. It's time to be like a minute to go. Like I have like a minute to go clock out and the manager's freaking out because he's about to commit a crime if he keeps me on the clock. Hey zombie, welcome. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Hello. How are you? Oh. Good God. At least it's working now. Ding, 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 ding. Guys, zombie, I was talking earlier about some great Pokemon ROM hacks. And that I've only played a couple of, in all the world of Pokemon ROM hacks, I've only played a couple. And damn, they were good ones. It was Crystal 251 and Yellow 151 from Zombie Anton here. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm wrapping up kind of soon. I actually just got us through the Fire Sea, the second Bowser fight, and got the got the 8 red coin star, and we're at 69 stars now, making pretty good progress. There's only like 2 stars up prior to this point, like if you think of the levels all lined up. I think we're just missing like 2. Oh no, we didn't finish. It's called Waterland in this version. It's funny. Dire Docks. Still got a couple things at Dire Docks. That's right. Now we can do the 8 red coin. The poles will be down. That was keeping me from finishing it last time. Something in World 5. Teresa no Horror House. Teresa's Horror House. In the Japanese version. And then that's what Kaizo Kunorie. Something, I don't know. That was awful. Yeah. The Dire, yeah, I that's going to be a tough one. I spent a good amount of time on, what was my longest 100 coins so far? Probably the Hazy Maze Cave. I just kept screwing it up. There's like that one switch down in the hazy place, the hazy part, you know, the mine. And yeah. It's there's that like blue coin switch that's down there, and I would hit that and then freak out and like forget where it is, you know. There's a couple that are tough. Yeah, it's like you barely squeak by after 100, you know. It's not a whole lot more room. Man, this has been cool. I appreciate you guys coming through. I'm gonna let Mario chill here while I work on getting us out of here, but we'll take our time. Looks like Gigantic is still playing. That's awesome. Gigantic is also playing Super Mario 64. They're doing a I believe they're doing a hack called Beyond the Castle Walls. This would be fun. Yeah, okay, a 2024 hack.
I'm tired.
Let me just make sure Pingu's still playing, and yeah, we might go check that out. I gotta play this game more. I forgot which Bowser fight was coming up. I totally forgotten about this, the Fire Sea one. He's doing a final star get, I just heard, so we better oh, he's saying his good nights, I think. All right, if he's still rolling, we'll check it out. If not, I'll close this. I'll close this out of here. But yeah, let me see if there's anyone else. Oh, he got it. He got it. He got the last star. Awesome. Congrats, dude. I'm happy for you. Anyway, you guys can't see this, so there you go, Gigantic. All right. That's what I like to see. All right. Anyway, I was going to go raid, but I think he's wrapping up. Let's maybe we just wrap it up here. All right, let me hit the schedule. It's tough being a streamer sometimes, you know, when you're tired like Mario. Troubleshooting a soundboard for like 2 hours before the stream. Everything else was ready to go.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. Sandlands, lava world too. Yeah, it's a yeah. You know what? And it's funny, Zon, because when it comes to those levels, I feel like I remember the first one so much better. Because that's a game I have played the beginning of so many times. We all love Wario. Guys, I better get out of here. Zombie, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you rolling in. Yeah, Sir Sid, thanks for chilling with us. Ichigo, this was great. Let's see. We had Tintoncito over on YouTube. Huber, thanks for hanging out, buddy. This was cool. Metroid Hatchling. I'm going to miss some people because I'm just scrolling through the chat. But let's see. Kevin, that's all I'm seeing right now. Guys, let me play a few sounds for you. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging. I hope you have a good weekend. This was really good. Kind of a crazy week, but this was a nice way to end it, so.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So long, Bowser.
Yeah. Adios. Good night, guys. See you next time.
So much for playing my game. It's me, Mario.
Kiss my ass.
Oh, you were finished.
No, you idiot.
What a dick.
He's running. He's just hoofing it.
What's up, Pikachu?
America has its first gay president.
It's got his name wrote in cursive letters on there. It says Goro, which we named him after probably the hardest boss off of Mortal Kombat.
I gotta be honest with the community. I gotta be honest, right? I play all of the Nintendo games. I suck at Smash. My body is ready. But this is Nintendo DS action. I'm going to be able to come back up next time and kick your ass.
America's wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. It really makes it. This is the voice of your conscience.
Yes.
Kids are dying every day.
I got it!
I think it's saying hello.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Oh, Jesus, that was brutal. You call this fucking music?
What the hell's going on?
But before you leave, I'd like you to step inside one more world for Nintendo GameCube. But before you leave,
It's time to wrap up this CDI shitfest.
It's almost over.
My Emperor! I failed you!
This is a lot of fun, but what are the practical implications of what we're seeing here?
The Parvinator.